All right, let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Dish to Super Farmer Cigar Garage Talks. How's everyone doing? I'm doing pretty good. Chilling in my garage. This video is actually being shot way early. Merry Christmas. This will come out on the 23rd, if I can time it all right. So this video should come out the day before, the night before Christmas. I am shooting it, though, on, what is it, the 18th today. Reason is, I will be traveling down to celebrate Christmas with my brothers and sisters. They want to have a old-fashioned, big family hurrah Christmas celebration. And we're going to be traveling. We're actually making about 5-6 days of it. We won't be coming back until late on Monday, so I won't have time on Sunday, obviously, because I'll be traveling. I don't know if I'll be able to post the video, so I am going to do the video now so it can be posted. I'm going to schedule the post, so hello from the past. Hello, future selves. How's everyone doing? Well, before we get into the topic, it's an interesting topic, especially with where I'm going. What are we smoking? What are we drinking? The cigar, a Romeo and Juliet 505 Nicaraguan cigar. Box press. See a square cigar there. Thankfully, as I've said in many videos before, Romeo and Juliet's used to be my go-to. Anytime I went to a cigar shop, I went to a cigar bar, when I was smoking something, they asked me, what do you want to smoke? I just tell them, grab me a Romeo and Juliet. Every store had them. It's a pretty fail-safe cigar to request. Welp. I then got a pack, a whole case of them, or a box of Romeo and Juliets. To celebrate when I got my job as a professor, EMS professor, and they were the worst cigars I've ever had. I didn't know you could return them, complain. There was also some other ways I could have made them a little better, but they were the worst cigars ever. But this is what I used to smoke back when I used to actually do crap with my family. The beer tonight, just kind of a random one. The Ocular Pat Down Vanilla Coffee Porter from Oddside. So yeah, I know there's probably a joke in there. I don't know what the joke is. If you want to share the joke with me, feel free. But I decided, you know what? It's kind of a fun looking can, fun name. I do not mind myself a good old porter. And the vanilla porters are just as good. So we're going to give this one a try before we get on tonight's topic. Nice dark, good head. Good job, Odd. So let's see how it tastes. Not bad, not bad. Oddside is a pretty good brewery. I'm not knocking them. I think I've liked most of the beers they've had. They've had a couple of fails. Some of them aren't their faults. They were IPAs, and I'm just not a fan of the IPA. So what are we talking tonight in tonight's marriage talk? Well, again, kind of funny. I'm actually going to be going to spend the holidays with my brothers and sisters. So I figured it's a good time to talk about how to deal with in-laws. For me, a lot of it is understanding. It's a biblical verse, actually. It talks about when a husband gets married to his wife, he's to leave his mother and father, so he can have one union with his wife. I take that very much to heart. I do believe that when you get married, you need to cast off your family. Now, again, not like shun them or stay away from them, but your wife and your kids are now your priority. Taking care of them is your priority. So having the, where should we spend Christmas? Well, the answer should be you spend it with your wife and your kids. If, let's say, your sister doesn't approve of your marriage to your wife, cast her off. I've seen too many relationships ruined, marriages ruined by people who are putting more importance on their siblings, mother and father's, aunt and uncle's opinion than they do off of their spouse. When you get married, you're not joined to your family. When you're born, you're not even really joined to your family. Um, Granted, there's a lot of Bible verses and a lot of guidance towards, how to be a family, sure. But in the Bible, especially if you look towards that, it specifically says that the two become one. They become joined. They are indistinguishable from each other. And that's why I'm a huge fan of, cast off your family. They should become second to your wife and kids. It's a lesson I had a hard time with, but that's what matters. It doesn't matter if your brother does not approve of your parenting styles, or your father doesn't doesn't agree with your wife's decision on how to handle your finances. Oh well. They have two choices: accept it and move on, or leave you the hell alone. I can definitely tell you, if I have a problem with my kids' spouse, I don't like them, to a degree, oh well. Once they're married, they become one. And as long as they're treating them right and not abusing or hurting them or whatnot, my job should not be to interfere. My job should be to support their union and support them. There are, of course, caveats to that. If I do believe my child is in significant danger or harm, or putting themselves in danger or harm, sure, I can step in. If the person they married presented one way and then all of a sudden they're presented in another, that changes things. But if they're in a happy relationship and I just don't like the person, if they're in a healthy relationship and I just can't stand them, it's not my job to intercede. I do not have to like my child's spouse. There's nowhere does it say that I have to. What I have to do, though, is respect that they are a union. They are one. So as long as my child is healthy and happy, there's nothing really I should be getting in the way of. Maybe I don't agree with their parenting style. Maybe I don't agree with how they handle money. Maybe I don't agree with what profession they're in or where they choose to live. I should still support them in their decisions. It was interesting. I was watching Last Man Standing? Yeah. There was an episode where a character was going to move in with her boyfriend, and the family was aghast. You can't do that. Shock, horror. Well, one, they're adults. Two, get over it. If they're adults, they're happy, they're moving towards getting married. Again, I'm not for living together premarital. I'll probably talk about that in a different video. But I should not be trying to break up a union. As long as they're safe, they're healthy, and they're happy, I don't understand it. I don't understand families trying to get over involved in people's lives. Let the person live their life. Be there to support them. If the wheels do fall off, help pick them up. But especially with my family, my extended family, there have been lots of times to me and to my other brothers and sisters where they try to meddle. I'm sorry, when I got married, I dedicated myself to my wife. I didn't dedicate myself to her parents or my parents. And sometimes just casting that off, being together with each other, is healthier and more important than trying to make amends or trying to obey You're trying to bend your relationship to someone else's will. As long as, again, my child is healthy and happy, it's not my place to interfere. So many of this little BS that crops up. Yeah, is it how you wanted your relationship to go? Am I loving my partner or spouse the way you do? No, probably not. Are we doing what you would do? No, probably not. Is it a big deal? No, it is not. I'm going to do it my way, as you should, because you've been joined together. So you and your spouse, you and your wife, you need to cast off. You need to become your own person. You are a new entity. You're a new one. Again, I'm not saying, shun your family. I've seen a lot of that too. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the most important thing should be your spouse, not your sister, your brother, your mom, or your dad. If you're in a relationship with someone and you're more concerned about your extended family, were you really ever in a relationship? It is definitely one of those things where I've been happier being more concerned with my wife than trying to figure out how to appease my sisters or my brother or my mom or my dad. They don't live your life 24/7, you do. And I find it interesting that we let people who are not living our lives have say over it. You and your wife, you and your husband, you are living your lives 24/7. Your family, they live it on holidays maybe. Maybe once a week if they call, if then. They don't know you. They don't know your life. So, screw them. Don't put value in what they say when they're not you. You and your spouse are more valuable. And that's what matters. So I'm a huge fan when you get married. If you're constantly trying to work your lives around your other family members, your brothers, your sisters, your mom, your dad, it'll cause stress. Cast them off. Make sure that you and your spouse are one. That you and your spouse are together. And then you can work in your extended family. You can't do it in the other direction. Sorry, does not compute. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Biblically, logically, emotionally, psychologically, you are one. You and your spouse are one unit. You are the husband and wife. You're the parents. I'm sure there's probably a Hebrew term that changes a couple who's married to show oneness. But you are one. You're no longer who you were before because you've now had someone joined to you. Legally, morally, ethically, spiritually, religiously. And you need to treat your relationship that way. Your spouse comes first, your kids come next. We can worry about that extended family, your brothers and sisters, your mom and dad later. And if your family can't accept that, maybe they are the ones who need to look inward. They're the ones who need to change, not you. You did change when you got married. That's made all the difference. Anyway, folks, I'm going to go finish my cigar. I'm not loving Romeo and Juliet. I'm sorry. I tried to get a really good one to see if I could get my love for Romeo and Juliet's back, but it's not there. I'm going to go enjoy this good beer. Thank you, Odd Side. Not that they sponsored this, but thanks for making good beer. I did purchase it. And, yeah. Be one with your wife. If you have to, it's time to separate yourselves from that extended family so you can be one and improve your oneness with your spouse. All right, folks, I'm going to go finish my cigar, my beer, plan on how to best deal with my relatives. Stay safe out there. See you in the next one.